So this is a quick follow-up video related to the previous one on limit orders inside of the Kinesis system. I'm going to give some information about what happened. We set up 2 orders. One was successful, one was not. I'll explain why. And then in this session, I want to talk about the gold-silver ratio. So I'm going to set up a limit order to go directly from the sale of silver to the purchase of gold without going to a currency like US dollars in the middle. So we set up an order in the last one to buy 200 ounces of silver, and you can see I don't have any open orders, so I will show you that order executed. And here's just a quick report. So here it executed on the 29th, and I got the price of $24.45, which is what I set up the limit order for. And I believe, if you recall, the price of silver was $25 and something when I set up the order. I saved $200 on the purchase of this silver because I used a limit order instead of a market order when the price was over $25 an ounce. The other transaction we did was we set up an order to buy Bitcoin at 39,000. So that did not occur. Bitcoin US dollars, let me pull up a month here. So anyways, I set up at 39,000, and we talked about how the price was cycling down. Well, it took a spike up here after I placed that order. So we placed an order, I don't know, somewhere in here, hoping it'd go back down to 39,000. It did not. Instead, it shot up here to 46 or 47 or whatever. That's okay. Win some, lose some, right? I canceled my order. So that's what happened with those 2 orders we set up in the previous video. I want to show you how you can set up an order to go from one Kinesis token to another Kinesis token, right? So instead of using euros or dollars as your bridge, your medium to get from one to the other, you can set up trades to go directly from one to the other. I'm using KAU's gold as a long-term savings, right? So I want to, over time, accumulate gold for the long term. And I'm using silver here, KAGs, as short-term savings, but also I'm going to be spending out of here once I get this debit card, which I hear is coming. Before you know it, they'll be here. I'm going to go ahead and sell some of these KAGs, but what I want to do is I want to buy gold. I want to swap silver for gold. I'm going to use JM Bullion's website. Hopefully they won't mind me using your website to show you this. If you're involved with gold and silver, you've heard about this ratio for a long time. In theory, they're both precious metals. In theory, they both probably should go up together, but that's not the case, right? Over time, one will go up faster than the other, and then in another period of time, the other one will go up faster. So what I want to do here is I want to pick a smart time to get rid of my silver and acquire gold, right? Well, what's one way to do that? With the KAU-KAG pair inside of Kinesis. Now, let's look at this chart here. You can see the gold-silver ratio. It's peaked here in the low 80s this year. I want to sell my silver when silver is strong and gold is weaker, relatively speaking. So I'm looking for a lower ratio. So I want to sell when it's lower, not up here, but when it's down here or maybe down here, right? So 68, 74. I don't want to be doing this transaction right now because the gold-silver ratio is at 78, which is kind of on the high side. So it would not make good sense for me to get rid of my silver now and trade it for gold. Okay, enough of this. Now let's go back into Kinesis, and we're going to set up the same thing here. We're going to do it inside of Kinesis, and I'm looking for gold-silver. Here's gold-silver, and I had a 1-year chart up before. Now, if you look at that, look at the shape of this chart. Low, high, a dip there. That's the same chart we've got here, but the numbers are different. Why are the numbers different? Because in Kinesis, we measure gold in grams, and we measure silver in ounces. So no big deal. The math still works out the same. It's just you've got different numbers here on the right. I'm going to set up this order with the ratio of gold grams to silver ounces. Not a big deal once you work it out in your head. I want to do this when gold is weak and silver is strong, right? So I want that lower ratio. I'm not in a hurry. I don't care if this takes 3 months to execute. I think I'm going to set this transaction up at 2:30 So when the ratio of gold grams to silver ounces is 2.3, I'm going to buy, do a limit order, definitely a limit order here, right? Now I don't know how much gold I'm going to buy yet, because that's going to depend on what I key in here. So I'm going to go down here, and when my price, well, what do we mean by price? Well, when my price of gold measured in silver passes by $2 or 2.3. Price here is not in currency, not in a government issued dollars or euros or anything like that. I'm actually, the price here is the ratio number. 2.3, 2.30. I would like to move about 100 ounces of silver into gold. So this thing did the math for me, and at that ratio of 2.3, I will get 43 grams of gold. So if I sell 100 ounces of silver, at that ratio, I'll get 43 grams of gold. The same fee, by the way, that's another advantage of doing this directly from KAGs to KAUs, silver to gold, without stopping in US dollars or euros in the middle, is because I only have one transaction fee. Now these transaction fees are low, we've talked about that before, but still, if I can do it with one fee instead of two, that's a smart move. I'm going to receive gold, and I'm going to pay for it with silver. Yes, please use limit orders. Well, I am doing a limit order. Thank you for the warning. I'm going to place there. Okay. So there it is. So this now shows up in my open order section here. So there's my order. So I placed the order on April 2nd. So buy order limit when that ratio hits 2.3. So in this case, when the ratio drops to 2.3, this thing is going to swap silver and acquire some gold for me. Have a great day. I appreciate you watching these videos. You know God loves you. Embrace that.